What is up, guys? Welcome back to the $1,000,000 challenge. We'll start with $1, trying to get 1% profit every single day until we get to $1,000,000 through sports betting, gambling, investing in crypto, and the stock market. All right, I'm gonna just preface this. Today's gonna be probably a longer video and a super boring video. It's just gonna be a bunch of updates, pretty much. It's gonna be pretty slow, so I'll put some timestamps. First off, what we're gonna be doing today is going through the next 13 days, about 2 weeks of what happened between bonuses and sports bets. I'm gonna go through all that first, just to show I'm doing all this stuff legitimately and I track everything on video. So I'm gonna do that first, and then I'll probably give a little bit of insight on where my challenge is going, what I'm changing, what I'm doing, where I'm at, and then we'll do a little bit of gambling at the end of this. So if you just want to skip ahead, feel free. But we're gonna get started here. I haven't recorded in a while. It's probably been, I guess, 2 weeks, maybe. Maybe not that long, but yeah, I haven't recorded. I've been trying to take a break from gambling. We've just been losing so much money, man. To sum things up, recently, we were up probably to about $1,000, you can see here. That was our high point, and then just a bunch of losses with gambling specifically, and we're down to $45 in profit total gambling all time on this challenge, which is absolutely terrible. Pretty much a break even after about 1.5 years. So I'm taking a break while we're still technically up, just to kind of figure things out, and I'll explain why in a little bit. So let's go through all these days here. I'm gonna go through everything so we can kind of catch up to where we're at currently, what I did in the background off camera, and yeah, I guess we'll hop into it. So mind you too, I just woke up, so I'm a little bit tired, a little bit groggy. Bear with me. I want to get a video out today because I haven't posted in a while. So for day 543, this is back from July 11th, 2026. We had some sports bets. These are our sports bets for the day. I tell volume bets on Instagram. I just basically place whatever he does, and I size it up to my bankroll. So there's a link to his page in my Discord server. If you join there, you can go to his page. He posts all his stuff for free. It's all free, and he's good at what he does. So I just tell his bets. So he gets all the credit for the sports betting portion of this. But for July 11th, we had a total loss of about $5. Nothing crazy, a little bit of a loss there. But those are the bets we placed. And other than that, we had no bonuses for the day and not much movement with the investment accounts. So if I just drag these numbers down, this is probably what I'm gonna do for most of this first portion here, just drag a bunch of numbers down. I will say too, our website balance that we use for our gambling website, right now I have $1,030 in there. It actually probably changed a good bit because currently we busted all of our USDC. So right now the website balance is just crypto, it's just Bitcoin that's sitting in there. I have not updated the Bitcoin balance because technically if it goes up or down, the way my tracking sheet works will say that we gambled that money. So I'm just keeping that flat until I end up moving that back to Coinbase. So it's definitely moving up and down and stuff, but I'm just keeping it flat for now, so we're not messing with the gambling profits or losses. Just want to clarify that. But yeah, so we busted our USDC. We basically have a $0 balance. I'm not trying to gamble with Bitcoin right now, so we're just gonna keep it in the website for the moment in case we have to. But for the day here, technically we pretty much just stayed flat, and obviously I'm not gonna gamble for any of these days, but I will talk about the percentage change. So we went down 0.08%, not a huge change there. So for day 544, we're sitting at $7,824. We did go down about $20, pretty much from me just updating our futures bets here. So I guess we had a futures bet cash out and it didn't hit. But yeah, we no bonuses and no other sports bets for the day. So we can just drag this number down here in a second. And we went down 0.24%. Again, I'm gonna explain a lot of this stuff later, why I'm doing this and everything, but I just wanna go through and track everything real quick. So for day 545, this is back from July 13th. We had some sports bets for the day and we had $0 in bonuses. But here are our sports bets. We ended up profiting $53, which is really good, almost $54. So we did make some, I guess actually, I think we went down due to more futures cashing out that didn't hit. So yeah, we did drop again by 0.4%. yeah, so a couple losing days there, but nothing super crazy. For day 546, is back from July 14th. We were at $7,913. We did have some sports bets for the day too. We had one bet and we profited about $50 from that. It's a pretty good day sports betting, but the balance did not change too much. I think it actually went down again. So, or no, I guess we went up 1.55%. So it's a pretty good gain right there. Wouldn't have to gamble for the day anyways, but we'll move on to the next day. So this is day 547. This is back from July 15th, and our sports bets for the day here. Right there, we had a losing day sports betting. Lost about $30, nothing super crazy, but no bonuses for the day. So I'm just gonna keep pushing and updating the sheet here and just keep rolling through the sports bets. So for day 548, we were sitting at $7,866, and we had $2 in bonuses between all the different casino apps I use, and this is back from July 16th, 2026. Winning day sports betting, we made about $26 in profit, so pretty good day right there. Let's see what our total change was. Just look at this column, we went down 0.22%. So again, nothing super crazy, a little bit of a dip. Day 549, back from July 17th, 2026. We had some sports bets, actually really good day sports betting. Let me pull this up real quick. Yeah, really good day. We made about $77 in profit sports betting. We about $3 in casino bonuses. So again, the balance went up pretty good there, but there's just proof we placed those bets. And if we drag this down here, see we went up like 0.6%. Moving on to the next day, day 550, sitting at $7,921. No sports bets for the day. We're about $1 in bonuses. Pretty much stayed flat, went up like $10. So we'll take a profitable day, nothing crazy, went up 0.1%. And we will move on to day 551, sitting at $8,222. This day was crazy, man. Let me show you the sports bets for the day. So I believe, pull this up real quick. This is from July 19th, 2026. World Cup happened. A bunch of futures cashed out thanks to volume bets. This is all at hand. We made $435 in profit profit sports betting, and we had about $8 in casino bonus. So really good day there. Those futures been hanging in there for a while. As you can see, the futures column did get updated a little bit there. But yeah, dude, that shot us up big time. And on the last episode, we lost, as you can see from these red boxes. I guess we lost about what, 470. We'll call it 480. All right, we lost about $480. I was very upset because I think I recorded that like just around when this day happened, and we got all these sports bets, and I ended up losing $480 in that video. So that's a big reason why I decided to stop gambling for the moment. We made $435 in one day. So let's see what the gain on the day was here. About almost like 4%. About a 4% return in one day just from sports betting. And those were futures that cashed out. So it was like super easy. They're already placed. But the thing is, I lost more than that from gambling. So we had a great day. That would have boosted the bankroll up. It already did, technically. But yeah, I was just very frustrated because that happened. I saw that happen like through my, I guess that was mainly DraftKings. Yeah, DraftKings went up a ton there. So yeah, I saw DraftKings cash out, balance shot up, and then I recorded a video like the next day or so, and we just lost all that profit within 2 days of gambling. So that's why I was like, all right, man, if I didn't even gamble, we would have been up $400. Bad move, and that was a big reason why I'm stopping. But yeah, either way, really good day, man. Still crushed it, and we'll take it. I'm not gonna complain about it, but that's just one of the big reasons I decided to stop gambling for the moment. Moving on to day 552, it's at $8,221. This is back from July 20th, 2026. No sports bets for the day, not really any bonuses, and pretty much stayed exactly flat. I think we went down like $1 So it went down 0.01%. Flat day, we'll take it. And then a couple more days here. So for day 553, we're sitting at $8,455. This is back from July 21st, 2026. And we have some sports bets today here. There you go. So we lost sports bets. We ended up profiting $144 sports betting. So within like 3 days, we made about $580 from sports bets, dude. Crazy stuff. Thanks to volume bets, dude. I just tell you, I can't take any credit for that. But yeah, really good day. And if I drag these numbers down real quick, you see we went up almost 3% in 1 day just from sports betting. Crazy day. Oh, sorry, I didn't even switch it over to the tracking sheet. But yeah, we went up about 3%. All right, let's do one more day here, and then we'll do a little bit of gameplay, just to keep things a little bit entertaining, so I'm not just doing an Excel sheet for the entire video. For day 554, this is at $8,468, and this is back from July 22nd, 2026. And let me pull the bets up real quick. We had a profitable day. We made $26 in profit sports betting and no bonuses for the day. So there you go. A lot of profitable days through sports betting, which is exactly what we were looking for. And we'll come down to do this last day real quick. We'll do 2 days, probably gameplay real quick here. But this is, I highlighted this one blue because I'll make a note of this. The DraftKings balance was up to about $800. I think I had about $4 in bonuses through this day here. On day 555, we're sitting at $8,026. A little bit messed up. I do have to kind of adjust some data points here because the reason things are a little bit messed up, I moved money over from DraftKings into the website balance. So let me actually just do that live real quick. I moved $300. I forgot to take a screenshot of the withdrawal, but we moved $300 from DraftKings just because it was up to $800 over to the website. And I'll explain what I'm gonna do with that in a second. So a couple things. I had to update a bunch of stuff here, make sure this all flowed correctly, but it's looking good now. So this will update once we finish the day. Yeah, we're sitting at $8,426. Don't look at the percentage yet. We'll update that in a minute. So we have $8,426 where we're sitting at currently. And we're not gonna be going for 1%. That would be $126 for the day to catch up on losses and come back. I actually don't remember if I showed the sports bets for the day here. I did not. So for day 555, we had 2 sports bets for the day here. This is back from July 23rd, 2026 for day 555 of the challenge. We had 2 sports bets. It was pretty much like a void. We made about $5 total, so nothing super crazy there, but there's just proof that we did get a little bit of something. So yeah, what I'm gonna do now is we're gonna hop in the website, okay? And kind of gonna walk through my thought process going forward, and we'll play some bets here. So hop in the website. We have our $300 in USDC. So what I thought about recently, this is kind of my best decision forward, because I want to have some sort of like content just besides me showing sports bets and talking about like the investments bouncing around a little bit each day. So what we're gonna do today, and probably for a little bit of a grip here coming up, I have $300 in USDC. I moved over from DraftKings. And I think the plan for this, for now, just to have a little bit of content, a little bit of fun, kind of like a side quest, honestly, on the whole challenge. I do want to take a break from gambling. I think the biggest thing right now is like we use a 4% stop loss to try to get 1% profit. We have a lot of losing days with sports betting in the markets. So most of the time, we're really going for, it should be like a 25% return. You're using 4% to get 1%. You're trying to get 25% return on your balance. It worked out pretty good for most of the challenge up until maybe the last like couple months, 6 months, however you want to kind of go about it. But the biggest thing is that's a very high return, okay, from gambling. what I remember from the beginning of the challenge, started off with $1. We only did gambling for probably like 90 days or something. No sports betting or anything else. There was a lot of times where I would, first of all, I would claim the dollar bonus. I'd move it into the playable balance. So we had to have like $2, $3, whatnot getting added in here, right? If you're an OG, you know what I'm talking about. If you're new here, I'm sorry, it's probably like super confusing. You have no idea what's going on. But my point is, a lot of times I break the stop loss. So I would have the entire bankroll, the entire capital in the playable balance here. So I didn't vault anything. I didn't have any like outside accounts. But there was a lot of times where I would break the stop loss, and kind of the original idea was getting 1% return on the playable balance, and it was a lot easier. So for now, I'm gonna do a little bit of a side quest. It's gonna be a very slow, probably boring thing. Hopefully it works out really well. But the plan is to use this $300 here, and we're gonna try to get 1% profit every single day on this balance, not the entire capital. I think it's a good idea. It's a little bit low risk. If we lose $300, that's cool. And we're going for like $3 a day for a while. Hopefully it grows and does really well. But we're gonna use it as like no stop loss. The entire $300 will be used, and we're gonna try to get 1% on like the total balance. Because realistically, my whole kind of wrapping that up, going for a 25% return on 4% stop loss of the entire capital, which is like what, 8,000 something. So using that 4% stop loss to try to get 1% return is a 25% total return on the playable balance. And this will be trying to get 1% return on the entire gambling balance, which is probably a lot more realistic and easier. That's the whole mentality. So we're gonna see if it works. Today, we're gonna keep it very simple. We're gonna go for a 1.01x on crash, and we're gonna place it right now. So as long as this doesn't hit a 1.00, we should be good. Okay, easy. It can definitely hit 1.00, but we got our $3. I'm just gonna get that as the 1% return on the gambling balance and set in the sheet, and we'll just keep moving on. Okay, so for day 556, which is the last day of this video here, and I'll do my kind of wrap up thoughts and comments at the end instead of doing it now. So stay tuned for that. That's like probably the most important part of this entire video. The first part was just tracking. Second part's a little bit gambling. Third part will be a little bit more important. Either way, we're sitting at $8,338. We lost about $62 sports betting. Not a great day. This is back from July 24th, 2026. Pretty rough day. We lost about $62. Not the end of the world though. Just keep pushing. And yeah, so let's try to make a little bit of profit. Okay, so continuing where we left off, just gonna reset the live stats here. We're gonna do our diamond down bear strategy, just so I can talk a little bit. And it's really simple. We're just gonna down bear 10 cents. And I think that's probably a little bit low for our total balance here, but we're gonna try to play a little bit safe, and we will get started. And I'm gonna talk a little bit, okay? So while this is running, also I apologize. The guys are cutting the grass outside in my apartment building. They just showed up, which is crazy. But either way, a couple things I want to talk about. I read all the comments in the last video, and the biggest theme, it seems like people don't want me to play originals, okay? They want me to play live games. They say like originals have bad returns, they're like rigged, whatever. I personally don't think they're rigged, okay? There's definitely some like weird stuff that happens, very like crazy loss streaks, crazy whatever, okay? Definitely some sketchy stuff, I think, not super believable sometimes. But at the end of the day, if it is 100% fair, realistically speaking, the original games should have the same, what's the word, expected value, house edge, whatever you want to go on either side of the coin there. So like if you play originals, all right, well there's our 1% we needed for the day, so up to 306. But I'm gonna talk for a little bit. So technically, like baccarat, roulette, blackjack, all on the originals have like technically the same odds as live games, okay? They should at least, if they're all fair. So I don't think that's a fair argument to just stay away from originals because they're like not as fair as live games. Technically they should be the exact same odds, especially at the games that you can play on live games, right? So I think I'm still gonna bounce around from live games to originals, just kind of whatever I'm feeling. But I know a lot of you guys are telling me to get off originals, but I don't think it's like, that's not the reason that I've been losing gambling recently. I've been playing originals this entire challenge. The other thing too is, we all know this, I say this all the time, but with the house edge, every single casino game is technically a losing game in the long run, besides blackjack if you're like counting cards, if you have some sort of like player advantage. But every game's a losing game, okay? Common sense, I know this, you know this, but I think we're really seeing that with the challenge. I think the thing that's carried the challenge most of the way through is pretty much I'm just gonna update the sheet while I'm talking here, but pretty much the bonuses. I think that's like the biggest thing that really carried to where we're at now. Getting a lot of casino bonuses throughout most of the challenge when it comes to the outside casino apps like FanDuel, DraftKings, even on the website we use, we get monthly bonuses, weekly bonuses. And there's a point where, I get like $5, $10 here and there, $20, $30, whatever. But there's a point where that's kind of like negligible. It doesn't really affect the balance at this point where I'm at. So when we're like $200, $300, you get a $5, $10 bonus. That's massive. That's like a, if you get $10 bonus on a $300 balance, that's like a 9% increase, if I'm thinking about that correctly. 3% increase. I think that's 3% increase. Yeah, bad math. 3% increase in one day just from a $10 bonus. We get $10 bonus now at $8,000. It doesn't really do too much. So the bonuses carried a lot of where we're at up until this point, which, they're not really as effective. So if we had gambling losses, is my point, the bonuses kind of like recovered that. Just something I'm reflecting on, trying to see what's going on here. But technically, the house edge over time, we should be negative money gambling. So that's why I'm trying to be smart, trying to figure out the best path forward. But I'm still doing the challenge. I'm just taking a little bit of hiatus from the gambling, maybe just doing this little side quest thing. I go for 1% on that balance on the website, just as like some content, a little bit of fun. Hopefully it works out and just can stack that up a little bit. But it's a little bit less risk than losing $300 in a single day, right? Like up here, one day we lost $300. So if I bust that balance, probably just not gamble for another couple weeks or something. But just those are kind of my thoughts, biggest things going on right now. And ultimately, a lot of people tell me they want to see me succeed, not necessarily just gamble, which I have to kind of remind myself that, kind of tweak things a lot there, because I kind of turn into like trying to entertain the viewers versus like the goal of the challenge is to get to $1 million. Realistically, which is the best move going forward, mathematically speaking, and the smartest move. It's really just, at this point, maybe I'll change things up and eventually, I promise. But at this point, really, it's just sports betting. I've been profitable tailing volume bets, and then ultimately investing that money in crypto and the stock market. That's like the best move right now. It's the most profitable, and then just continue to collect bonuses from all the different websites and different apps I use. So kind of backing out gambling is the smart move at the moment, like mathematically. And this is why I track everything, right? Getting $50 in profit gambling in 556 days is just not smart, okay? So if we're really trying to grow this and get to the next level, we can make some progress by taking a break from gambling, okay? That's pretty much it. Also, I wanted to thank you guys. I don't know what I said last video. I thought I was pretty clear on it. Maybe I like worded it wrong, but I was saying the gambling aspect, losing all the time, right? It just gets to your head. Maybe I have a good day. I log on at night to record a video, and then I end up like losing, $480 in an hour. It kind of messes with your mental a little bit. I know none of this is like my own money, but it's nice. I took a little bit of a break recording for a little bit there, and I didn't gamble, and it felt really good. But my point is, my personal life is doing great. Everyone left a bunch of comments saying like, I hope you feel better, I hope you're healthy, I hope you're taking care of yourself. But I was just talking about like the gambling aspect. Other than that, life's really good. So I appreciate you guys' concern, but I'm not doing bad personally. It's just the challenge I was talking about. Like, I'm super frustrated and getting a little bit like, just getting frustrated and like upset, I guess, with the challenge. Personal life is great, everything's good. So, but I just want to clarify, I just felt bad because everyone was like, I hope you feel better, I hope you're like taking care of yourself. I'm good. But I just want to clarify, it's not anything personal. It's just the challenge I was talking about. But for day 555, we got, 556, we got $3 in profit, 314, and we went down 1% total on the day. But here's a good little bit of analysis that I kind of want to show you guys to wrap up all the data and everything on this video. I know it's like 2 weeks, but we didn't really gamble, and we did it at the end here just for some content, but like we didn't do our typical gambling style. About $500 in 2 weeks, so that's pretty darn good, man. This right here is our, sorry you can't see that, this right here is our weekly return on the bankroll total. This was back when we were gambling. We went down 0.5% for that week there, and then what we just did today on video, about 2 weeks, right? So the first week was just sports betting in the markets. We went up about 0.9%, nothing crazy, but I guarantee if I would have gambled out of those 7 days, I probably would have lost at least one day, which would have sent this negative. So we're trying to protect the balance, be smart. I'd rather just grow slower and consistently than take the gambling risk, get maybe a couple wins here and there, but ultimately just drag the growth backwards. And then here on this last week here, the day we just played, that tracks the last 7 days, mainly with the sports betting, but we went up 5.3% in 1 week, which we haven't had a return like that in a long time, and that's really good to see. So that's kind of proof of why I'm doing what I'm doing. And yeah, just to keep it real, man, it feels really, really good. So yeah, got $500 today, and we're at $8,341 going into the next day. I think our peak was $8,677. So we still got to catch up to that, but we're definitely gonna get there if we keep doing what we're doing and not gambling. So yeah, a little bit of a ramble, but hopefully that all makes sense. I just want to clarify a bunch of stuff. Always try to share my thoughts with you guys. Here's our graph. We're definitely on the upswing here, so I'm trying to, track everything and show the proof that I think this is gonna work for a little bit. We're gonna just run this, hopefully up to like 10 grand. Okay, I'm gonna try to just like sports bet and try to invest any profits each week into the market and crypto. And the next goal is just 10 grand. Try to get baby steps the whole way up to $1 million. But that's the goal right now. So we're gonna take a little bit slow and just try to get to 10 grand, play it safe. We've been flat for a very long time. And then here's our sports betting profits month over month. So that's exactly why I'm pulling back from gambling for now, because the sports bets are increasing the bankroll. Nothing crazy, but still pretty good returns, profitable returns every single month. And yeah, that's gonna be it for this one, guys. A little bit longer one, a little bit boring, I know, but at the end of the day, I gotta be smart, strategic, and just do what makes the most sense to get to $1 million. And yeah, I know it's a little bit boring, but hopefully you learned something, hopefully you enjoyed it. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Join the Discord server if you're already in there. Until next time, take care of yourself, don't gamble. I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, peace.